Hey BoLS fans, AdamHarry here with a 2,000 point battle report. We are playing with one 4-sword chart today. Real quick, so I'm playing my Nids, yeah! And I'm playing my buddy Mark. Say hi, Mark.
Howdy, guys.
He's eating a sandwich. And he's playing Marines. I'm gonna run through my list, and yeah, we'll get started. First off, I'm running a Tyranid Prime as my HQ. He's got a Death Spitter and Bone Swords, and he's also coming with Toxin Sacks. I've got 2 Carnifexes there with DACA. I've got a 20-man squad of Devourgaunts. I've got a 5-man squad of Gene Stealers with the Broodlord. Another 5-man squad of Gene Stealers with the Broodlord. 2 Hive Guard. Yeah, go Hive Guard. That falls over because they're metal. I've got a Doom of Malachite in a Spore Pod that looks suspiciously like a drop pod because there's no softball-shaped ovoids, something disposition, something getting sued. And then over here, I've got a Turvagon, a Death Leaper, yeah, he's sneaky, and then a super awesome Turvagon Prime, or Trigon Prime, sorry. I get it mixed up because there's so many T's in this army. Anyway, that's my 2K list. I'm going to kick it over here to Mark, and we'll look at his stuff. Alright, what are you running here, Mark?
Alright, gentlemen, running Codex Space Marines. We'll start from the left, move our way to the right. Got a Storm Talon, Blast Cannon, and Assault Cannon setup. Running a Space Marine Command Squad. They have exchanged their Bolt Pistol and Bolter for a Combi Plasma and Flamer, each of them, so that's 8 special weapons.
Yeah.
It's expensive but fun. 10-man Sternguard Squad, 5 Combi Melta, 5 Combi Plasma with Lysander, because re-rolling special ammunition when on Overwatch is funny.
It's true.
Tri-Melt Attack Squad with an Epistolary Librarian. Yep. Attack Squad with a bunch of random crap. Attack Squad with 2 Combi Flamer, Flamethrower, Multi-Melta, 6-man Terminator Squad. This army's funny because it's full reserve, and it's one of the only legal ways to do it because of all the drop pods.
Awesome. And then you already rolled your powers, now you rolled my psychic powers too. Which 2 powers did your psyker get?
My Librarian is going Biomancy. He has Endurance and Warp Speed.
Cool. And I've got a couple other ones which I'm going to go over right now. Okay, so this Broodlord actually got Iron Arm and Warp Speed, which is pretty awesome. This Broodlord got Warp Speed and Enfeeble, which is awesome, and I'll show you why later. This Turvagon got Endurance, Life Leech, and Hemorrhage, which I'm going to work with. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I rolled all 3 on Biomancy, obviously. So, we are playing the long deployment, so that's one side, this is the other side. We are also playing the second mission, which is Purge the Alien, so kill points with Slay the Warlord, First Blood, and Landbreaker. And then we also need to roll our cool, awesome Warlord traits here in a second. So real quick, I'm going to choose the, I don't know, Strategic. I got a 6. I'll look that up in a second. What'd you get?
Strategic.
And he got a 3.
Which
so
is something, I know exactly what that is because this is what I got last game. It's a because I'm outflanking.
Doesn't have outflank. What did I get? We'll find out here in a second, but we'll roll for first turn. I got a 4.
There we go.
Going first.
Alright, Mark got a higher than me, and he's going first. Yeah. Alright guys, so it's turn 1 setup. I deployed in kind of a bubble here in the middle because he's got drop pods and he can drop it on me and shoot me to shreds first turn. So, I've surrounded my Jackafexes and my Gene Stealers there with a bunch of Devourgaunts, and yeah, try to block off some areas with my big bugs, and we'll see what happens. And I'm going to roll to seize real quick. Magic 6, I rolled a 1. That is a 1. So, Mark's first turn, drop pod time. Alright guys, so Space Marine turn 1, they drop podded in over here. That's a bunch of Flamers and Plasma, Combi Plasma, regular attack squad there, and then Lysander squad here. They lit up my Trigon Prime first off, took 5 wounds from shooting, from everything, and my Turvagon took 4 wounds from Lysander squad from shooting, so just hanging in there just barely, which is all I need. Cue maniacal laughter for Tyranid turn 1. Alright guys, on Tyranid turn 2, or turn 1, sorry, excuse me, I was getting ahead of myself. A lot of stuff happened. Gene Stealer's over here. Well, first off, this Gene Stealer cast Enfeeble on the squad there, which as you can see is no longer there. They got chopped up from shooting in close combat. I did 23 saves for my Devourgaunts, 23 wounds, and he made 22. He took 3 wounds. He made 20 saves, so it's pretty ridiculous. Over here, Lysander died to combined arms from the Gaunt shooting, the The Carnifex shooting over here did a crap load of wounds.
It is possible, Jim.
Yeah, and then actually the Doom actually finished him off by shooting this and scattering 1 inch over, hitting a squad member, but because it's a large blast and not a barrage, the closest target to the Doom was actually Lysander, which made him take a wound, and he failed the Lookout Sir, and then failed his 3-up invulnerable, and he only had 1 wound left, so poof, Lysander's dead. This is my softball-shaped ovoid lawsuit drop pod, sport pod, my set explorer, there you go, and read that thing, it's really for new. Anyway, they're about to get flamed, and that's pretty much it. Oh, real quick too, I get 4 wounds back, get to roll on them because of the endurance power. So let's see.
Not how that works.
Yeah, it is. All right, good thing Mark caught that. So the way it will not die work, which I got from endurance, how that works is it's on my turn, at the end of my turn, I get to make 1 roll, not 4, but 1, to see if I get this wound back on a 5-up. So let's see if I get a wound back. I got a 1. I did not get a wound back. So, he still has feel no pain, so nanny nanny boo boo in your face. Space Marine turn 2. Alright everybody, on Space Marine turn 2, top of 2. Over here, what dropped in? This dropped in this turn, this dropped in this turn. 2 tech squads. And Librarian. Librarian is -2 leadership from the Death Leaper, who's going to come in this turn, hopefully if I roll good. Over here is pretty funny what happened. It's top of the shooting phase. The Doom, because of his ability, did 4 wounds and killed 3 Marines because he failed the saves, and 1 wound on the Librarian. Those 3 Marines closest to him happened to be the Melt-A-Gun guys, so they could not instantly pop my Doom, which I laughed about menacingly, of course. And then over here, this Gene Stealer squad is down to the Broodlord because Flamers. That's right. And then over here, this long line of Gaunts is now down to this big pot of Gaunts because Tech Marine's hurt now. So, that's pretty much it. Oh, it's close combat. I killed a Marine, he killed 3 Gaunts. I call it a fair trade, but that's just me. And he crapped out, so I'm not making any more kill points for him. So yeah, that is the end of Space Marine turn. So now we're going to Tyranid turn 2. Alright everybody, bottom of Tyranid turn 2. Pretty eventful for me. Over here, these Devour Gods shot up that squad and killed a couple guys. They ended up running, and then I couldn't assault my Gene Stealers. Not too bad though, because he had Flamers, so that would have hurt. But the Gene Stealers made a charge here and killed themselves a drop pod. Yay! Unlike the Tervagon, who swing 4 attacks because of Crushing Claws and Smash with the minuses and the pluses and the math. Anyway, 4 attacks on a non-mobile thing, auto hit, strength 10, and I rolled 4 ones and did nothing. Good job, Tervagon. Over here, obviously not a combat monster. Over here, my Carnifex is charged multi-assault. Not a big deal. Carnifex did 2 hull points to that, and then we killed the squad. Yay, Tyranids. Over here, the Doom actually did a couple more wounds with his shenanigans, and then also did a hull point over here, and so it's actually dead.
Hey, guess what?
So yeah, over here, these guys are still hanging on versus those Termagants. They killed 3 more, and there's two left now. Pretty awesome.
And Death Leaper?
Death Leaper showed up, and you know where I put him? In the cover, so I can still be like, screw you, Librarian, no powers, ha ha ha, I'm mean. Anyway, that's it for Tyranid turn 2, and now it's time to see if the cavalry shows up, because they need to. Woo! Okay everybody, top of 3, Space Marines just went. These guys rallied and moved in and flamed these guys, that's why there's only 1 Gene Stealer and 2 Broodlords there, because everybody else is dead. Over here, combat happened again, down to one little Gaunt because Fearless is now awesome. Over here is pretty funny. The Librarian and crew charged the Doom. I issued a challenge with the Doom because I think I can.
You can.
He's a character, so we'll see what happens. And then he used strength 9 at the time, so he hit the Librarian. He's not a monstrous creature. Librarian rolled a 1 for a save, and poof.
And then he died.
And then he died. And then the squad actually broke combat, so they're running away now. Stormtown came in. That was kind of cool. Shot up over here.
Line of sight over to that 1 wound Tervagon.
2 wound Tervagon.
Well, I could have done it.
And he rolled a lot of 3s and no 6s.
He rolled a lot of not wounds is what he did.
Terminators also came in. They were going to try to kill the Death Leaper, except they scattered and are now in the corner doing nothing. And the Death Leaper is going to run away. And yeah, now it is Tyranid turn 3. Here's a wide shot of the board for everyone at home. There's some dudes there. There's some papers on the table. Go, go, Tyranids. Shadow time. Alright guys, so Tyranid turn 3, I mopped up a little bit here, not gonna lie. Over here, Gene Stealers caught those guys after they got shot up, took a wound, and then rented them, killed them. Is pretty dirty. Over here, the Doom of Mountain, there was a drop pod there, and it was dead, so we just pulled it, and he made his move through cover anyway. Charged those guys, they whiffed, they just kind of looked at each other. This Turvagon charged that drop pod, which is now dead, so 2 dead drop pods, dead drop pod. Dead. Alive drop pod, dead drop pod. The flyer that was also there got to meet my DAC effects, so
turns out 2 hull points, you can lance that sucker down.
Two hull points with 24 string shot shots is Twin Link is how you kill flyers. So that's pretty much. Oh, the best part about this turn, though, for me personally,
in fact, I think
the game really for me was the Death Leaper was here, but he's got this nifty little rule that says if he's within 1 inch of, or if he's out of an inch away from an enemy, he can just kind of go poof and go back in reserve. So he's gone now, and these Terminators are like, hey, it's really quiet. Is there a fight? Is there a fight going on? So yeah, it is now Space Marine turn 4, and let's see what he does. Okay guys, AdamHarry here. We're going to go ahead and call it at the end of 4. He only had 2 units left. There was some awesome rolling. I think my buddy here cured cancer in Africa and also AIDS.
There is a balance it is maintained.
Yes. Yeah. Good karma build-up for you today. Not so good for his army though.
It's alright.
Yeah. I mean, overall...
No, it was not alright, but yeah, it was this man handily beat me down. So.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah. Tyranid 6th edition, personally I think shooting is the way to go, but go ahead internet, tell me I'm wrong. Anyhow, that's it for this bat rep. AdamHarry for BoLS, my buddy Mark here.
Take care guys.
Later.